Welcome back once again to Spirituality with a Spin. I am Ryan Keys, your host, and today is January 5th, 2017. Wow. Oof. A big, huge sigh of relief that we all made it through 2016, right? So 2017 is the year of open doors in my mind. We've got the year of the one. We've got a new 9-year cycle starting, which is going to be really beneficial for growth. I posted my own quote today, which I thought was kind of cool. I woke up with it. I went into that whole Akashic record dream where I was sitting with this little man, and it was basically, yes, the past and the present is powerful, but you choose where to place the power. So plant yourself right here in the now, and then you remove the power from the past to affect you in the present, because you are living a life that is effective. Which was, I get those weird dreams. I don't know if anybody else out there gets that, but where I'm just sitting down in this huge, voluminous library. There's a waterfall in it. It's surrounded by water on the outside. There's a lot of glass. There's a huge inner clock mechanism that is kind of vaulted up in the ceiling. It's a pretty reoccurring dream, and I've been having that, and I get a lot of the quotes that I come up with from those dreams. In this video that we're going to talk about today, I believe that we have to start from the bottom up and build a foundation. So a lot of it's going to be establishing some boundaries and some priorities and prioritizing where you want to put your efforts and understanding the dynamic of what's going on, where you're at, and why. So all of this is related to the soulmate, twin flame kind of jumbled together topic that gets confusing and kind of drawn out. I believe that it tends to frustrate people sometimes more than it tends to give them clarity. Keep in mind, like I say, always a student, never a master. So I am continually learning and pushing the envelope and going forward, reading and studying and meditating and talking to other people that I hold very high on the spiritual platform to enhance and to increase my own inner knowledge so that I can share that with you. When we're talking about a soul contract and we're talking about how we are geared in life, and this 3-dimensional aspect with a 5-dimensional, 6-dimensional, and so on interaction, there's two kind of dynamics I like to kind of compare it to give you a good foundation of that fluidity. And first, keep in mind that the universe is so flexible and so creative that you can take a molecule of hydrogen and oxygen, combine those, get water. That water can be gaseous, it can be liquid, it can be frozen, and it can literally interchange on one given day. So, and then we also can utilize it in our body to hydrate, to metabolize, to literally fuel our system. So, and then it can become a force of growth for not only us, but for everything around us. So we're dealing with an ecosystem and an environment that has a spiritual intelligence, first off. So I think that it's very important that we lay the foundation of that in order to understand divine love and a relationship that may come to you out of a soul calling that's going to elevate you closer to this unconditional existence and this and pull you out of the straight human love into a more of a divine love, is going to echo a lot of the same type of flexibility and a lot of the same type of growth. When you go to the gym, as many of you do, we all know that if you work out too much, you're not going to get any results. If you work out too much and you don't sleep, you're definitely not going to get any results. And the reason why is because you are doing too much. You're overburdening your body. You're, in effect, not giving yourself time to heal. So technology has put us in an interesting position because of access. I believe that many of the people that are assuming that this is a twin flame interaction, may not have the right title because there is no true title. It's a soul that you've contracted with that has crossed your path in order to bring you to a place, vice versa, as you will do to them, of acknowledgement, of awakening, whether it's through love and kindness, or whether it's through grief, sadness, and pain. Just like when you are working out at the gym, when you begin to train, you're tearing down your muscles, and then you pull away, you go, you rest, you nurture, you nourish your body, and that tear, that painful ache heals with time and with nourishment. Technology and the access that we have with dating apps and all of the social media, and then the overabundance of, I want to call it love dogma from Disney and all these other places that put pressure on us to perform and to be accepted and to find that white picket fence place of existence, prevent us from really, truly, spiritually acknowledging this soul contract and healing. So that's point, place, 0 point energy acceleration, where you're going to be able to grow and know. So the soul contract is an exercise of decisions and basically deals that you've made prior to coming into this existence. Now, when we look at the soul, let's take the Creator, God, whatever you want to call the being that manufactured this wonderful vehicle that we drive every day, because it is manifested. I've seen, I have a science background, I've seen it, and then I had a near death. There's things that can't be explained except by acknowledging a divine influence. Einstein said it, Stephen Hawking said it, Tesla said it. So this occurrence, you've got this broad spectrum of this all-father, all-mother creator. And then everything kind of comes down, like that when you see like the network marketing, when they have like the top one and then it's a chain of open events and this person has like multiple contacts, etc. So we're all part of the whole, like an ocean. The ocean is complete. One big, like we have it set up like there's the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, but truly it's one huge massive body of water that covers the planet. We have decided to split it into sectors, which would be soul groups, which are like I have my soul group that I interact with. For instance, all of you that are watching me right now are in my soul group, because before I came into this life, I chose this purpose, this path, these obstacles, the joys, the pleasures, and the pain, so that I can help to bring you also to a level. And then you in turn, when we talk and we interact, bring me to a higher level. Ultimately, it's about becoming one with all, about finding this spiritual elation and becoming, in an essence, an unconditional being that operates through that divine ultimate source. I believe that is the case. So you've got the ocean. You've got multiple oceans and they divide out. So, and now when you go to the beach, like when I go to the beach in Southern California and I see the coastline, there's a separation, right? And there's waves. Now each wave has its own kind of characteristic, especially if you're a surfer. So some waves are big, some waves are small, some waves are in sets, some waves are like rogue waves, big, huge waves. So each one of those would be like you or me coming forward. We're an individual wave in a big body of water, but still part of the water. Like the transmission of the hydrogen and oxygen creating water can rain down on the ground, run to the river, feed the ground, then in turn the ground dries, the sun comes out, it evaporates, goes back into the clouds, and once again we have a complete ecosystem, a cycle, a soul cycle of sorts. So in this course of a soul contract, keep in mind, even your animals are soul contracts. You've contracted with this being because, like even in Buddhism and some other places, and even in Hermetic principles, the principle of vibration, even like physicists have proven that atomic vibration, that everything vibrates at a speed, and the differentiation of shape and mass is the tune or the speed of the vibration. The lower the vibration, the more dense. The higher the vibration, the more it's gaseous or like light. So once you get to this place and you begin to understand that even inanimate objects have a contract with you. Like, for instance, I had a car that constantly broke down, constantly tried my patience, considerably, right? Everybody's had that. So when you look at that, I actually had a contract, in essence, with an inanimate object to bring me to a place of patience and in a place of learning to grow. So when someone crosses your path, everyone is a soul mate of sorts. The brand, the label is diversified and kind of like blurred, but let's call them a soul contracted being that has come into your life to exercise with you, to give you something, to establish a relationship, whether it's going to be beautiful or difficult. But remember, all relationships have a level of difficulty. There is no perfect relationship. That's the first place of the foundation to establish your acknowledgement of moving up this hierarchy. These souls that come into your life that have a lot of immense power, that shift you very radically in a short amount of time, I would like to call that a karmic contract, like a karmic person, a karmic relationship. Some people, I actually used to call it like a faux twin or a false twin. And I believe that many people, if you are not willing to exercise effectively and to understand and to appreciate the value of what's going forward, will have the ability to go in a flexible way, just like water, to be your karmic person or your divine love person. But it's all how we face that. And through 2017, we're going to be building a lot of those topics, and we're going to be diving into a lot of things that are much deeper to establish this awareness, so that not only will you be able to acknowledge that the power of the relationship that you're in, but you'll be able to appreciate the love. Because think of it like this: it's okay to migrate and move out of something if you don't feel comfortable. You have to be honest with yourself and your emotions. You have to reflect very deeply with where you're at and where you resonate. And then you have to also understand that even when I worked at eHarmony, there was a running joke on Mad TV that it was called Me Harmony. Why? Because the people that came together and that were successful and that were married and moved forward actually looked so much alike, and their profiles were very identical, and they were complementive of each other. They were on the same kind of a path, the same kind of a goal. And is it that this is any more divine than perhaps someone that comes into your life and you've known them for a week and you know everything about them? You have this kind of telepathic interaction where you can guess what they need or you can feel them. Well, it's not that that's any more detrimental or more of a definitive point in reference of a person interacting with you as it would be as if you have this other person. Both have importance. The level of importance is up to you and how you interpret it. I do encourage you to begin to, like I've been saying, 365 days to change your place where you're at, to change your life. Nudge yourself into the now by doing something different every day. One thing, small, large, whatever it might be, something that is out of the ordinary. Give the universe an open door. Give your consciousness the ability to create. If you continue to repeat the same things, you get the same result. No decision is actually a very deciding decision. So, and then you need to do many meditations all the time, and it could be a 30-second, like a little mantra, like I am divine. I see myself as divine. I welcome the divine. I welcome higher calling, or just, I love myself, or just listen to your breath. And then you want to move into, kind of like an example, like I read the 4 agreements. I have people that work with me read the 4 agreements. And then we begin to build a foundation. You can't put a roof on a house until you've got a foundation that will be sturdy enough to hold the weight of it. So let's build. 2017, let's ground floor build.